Welcome to The Explainer. Right now, we're seeing an absolutely massive shift happening in the real estate industry. We're completely past the days when AI was just this cute, passive novelty, a basic chatbot you'd ask to write a quick email draft. It's evolved so incredibly fast. Today, AI is a proactive, deal-closing participant. It's practically a new member of your team that actually runs your transactions for you. So today, let's explore exactly how this is playing out across the entire real estate landscape, from your back office all the way to that massive pile of dead leads you've got sitting around. Okay, let's dive right into this with a quote that perfectly frames the whole episode. Your CRM stops being a place you go and becomes a thing you ask. Think about that for just a second. We've all been there, right? Dreading that moment you have to log into some clunky database, clicking through 10 different screens just to update one single status. Well, what if you didn't have to navigate it at all? What if you literally just had a conversation with it? That paradigm shift is exactly what's happening right now, and it is completely changing the relationship agents have with their tech. Section 1, AI takes over the CRM. To really see this in action, we need to talk about Inside Real Estate. This is a platform serving nearly 400,000 brokerages and agents. They've just given major AI models a direct line into their system using something called Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but it simply means AI tools can now actively execute workflows right inside a platform, rather than just passively answering questions. Because of this, tools like Claude and ChatGPT aren't just sitting on the outside looking in anymore. They actually have their hands on the controls inside BoldTrail back office. So think of the old CRM as a destination, a place you go to do tedious, mind-numbing data entry. But the new CRM is entirely different. It's a dynamic, conversational partner. You don't go hunting for fields to fill out anymore. You literally just open a transaction and tell the AI to prep the paperwork, or ask it to get the deal signed. It's a completely friction-free reality. Let's anchor this abstract tech into some real, tangible actions. Inside BoldTrail, AI is now generating offers automatically, validating the necessary forms, and presenting e-signatures. But here is the absolute game changer. It runs compliance AI checks, which are built with SetWave, at the exact moment of submission. Think about the huge benefit here. You catch compliance issues instantly, rather than finding out weeks later right before closing when everyone is panicking. It's proactive problem-solving at its best. Let's move to Section 2, Google's new search pilot. Shifting our focus from the back-end CRM to how buyers actually discover properties, AI is fundamentally changing the market right at the source. House Canary CEO Chris Rediger recently announced an incredible 3-year partnership with Google. And get this, it puts home listings directly into Google's mobile search results. This is a massive national pilot program, and it's growing fast. In fact, Rediger predicts that large language models will be the absolute dominant discovery method for real estate within the next 5 years. No question. So here's how this pilot actually works. It's currently mobile only, and technically every market is eligible. But there's a catch. Coverage completely depends on whether your local MLS is participating. And a really important note for data privacy, the listing data is contractually blocked from being used to train those large language models. Now, just between us, here's a quick pro tip. Go check if your local MLS is participating in this immediately. If they are, your listings might already be surfacing directly in Google searches that you didn't even pay for. That is incredible free exposure right there. Section 3, Instant Listing Preparation. From discovery, let's pivot to the ultimate pain point, time. Specifically, we're talking about a massive compression of time that honestly sounds a bit like science fiction. 30. That is the number you need to remember. Edensign CEO George Zhang says that hours, literally hours, of tedious listing preparation have now collapsed into roughly 30 seconds. So, what exactly gets done in those 30 seconds? Using nothing but an address and some listing photos, Edensign's platform delivers a full condition analysis. It does 3D staging, and crucially, it actually keeps the furniture consistent across every single angle of a room, which is huge. It generates comparable sales, and it writes your marketing copy. All of that heavy lifting, the whole shebang, executed flawlessly in half a minute. It completely redefines what operational efficiency even means. And as you'll see, we are watching this efficiency translate directly into entirely new brokerage models. Let's compare a traditional agent with their standard commissions and standard timelines against Turbo Home. Turbo Home recently launched in Texas and California as an AI plus agent platform. Because the AI does so much of the groundwork, they can offer a 70% discount compared to a traditional agent. The results? Well, their clients have already bought $445 million in homes, saving $8 million in commissions. But definitely notice this key detail. They still keep a licensed human agent in the loop for the final negotiations and closing. So it's AI assisting, but the human closing.
All right, Section 4, 3 must-know integrations.
So, the crucial point here is that AI is weaving its way through the entire tech stack to save you massive amounts of time. Let's do a rapid-fire rundown of 3 integrations making this happen. First up, Moxie Works connected the Rise platform to Close. The direct benefit? Agents can finally stop that endlessly frustrating double data entry for contacts. Second, RestBraw.ai and appraisal rolled out new computer vision updates that can fill up to 90% of a UAD 3.6 appraisal report simply by looking at photos. And finally, Zillow just extended its ad platform to Pinterest, meaning they can target users based on over 200 different housing intent signals. And finally, Section 5, Reviving Dead Leads. Speaking of dead ends, let's build to the climax of this explainer. We're going to look at a real-world case study that hits right at the bottom line, reviving what most folks consider a total lost cause. David Keener, the CEO of Premier Group at The Real Brokerage, decided to run a little experiment on a huge pile of non-responsive contacts. He turned to Leo 2.0, which is Real's AI assistant built right inside their Rezen platform. And the crazy part? The AI only needed a name, a phone number, and a tiny bit of context to get started. He fed it 3,000 of these leads. 3,000. And I really want to emphasize this. These were completely dead leads. Some of them hadn't been touched or hadn't responded in over a full year. Most agents would just write those off as trash, right? But Keener uploaded every single one of them into the AI. And this brilliantly illustrates the true power of AI working at scale. Let's walk through this 30-day timeline. Day 1, he uploads the 3,000 dead leads. By day 15, the AI is actively managing 444 live conversations simultaneously. By day 30, the AI has generated 1,992 total conversations from that quote-unquote dead list. And ongoing, the AI is actively booking tours and thoughtfully tagging leads the moment a human needs to step in. Because of this one single tool, Keener says he was able to completely replace his inside sales team, which, by the way, was a line item costing over $100,000 a year. Which leads directly to this absolute mic drop realization from Keener. Your dead lead list is the cheapest inventory you own. Listen, before you go out and spend thousands of dollars buying new leads, you absolutely need to point an AI follow-up tool at the data you already have sitting in your database gathering dust. It is literally pure, untapped potential. So I'm going to leave you with one final, provocative thought for today. What goldmine are you currently sitting on? Whether it's a clunky old CRM you need to start asking instead of visiting, a massive pile of forgotten contacts, or just hours wasted on listing prep, the tools to activate those resources exist right now. You just have to put them to work. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to go explore these tools and unleash the inventory you already own.